What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here to discuss the NFL rumor today on Kirk Cousins and his possible contract demands. Let's talk about it. But before we get into it, guys, let me know in the comment section down below. Would you be willing to pay Kirk Cousins 2 years, $90 million guaranteed, or would you move on to secondary options, alternative options? Answer in the comment section down below. Now let's get into it, guys. So this report that I've seen came from Charlie Walters of the Pioneer Press. No disrespect, don't know who he is, don't know where that's at. Probably Minnesota, I'm guessing. But I do believe the story to be true. And there's one thing about Kirk Cousins that I've seen his whole career from the Commanders until now. He's about that bad, about the bag. Plus, he's about the guaranteed bag. He doesn't play. Whoever his agent is, whoever talks for him, when it's time for negotiation, he's about that bag, especially, well, it's really his whole career. He's not scared of the franchise tag. We've seen with the Commanders. He took it twice. That's guaranteed money. Then he went to the Vikings, guaranteed money, especially that last deal. No trade clause in the contract, fully guaranteed. And it looks like, come out the Achilles injury, you would think maybe Kirk Cousins might want a little cheaper deal, want to be a little team friendly, try to win. He is 30, going on 36, but no, he's about that bag still. The report is right now that he wants 2 years and $90 million guaranteed, and that's about what I expect about as far as years go. I didn't know about the actual money that he would want. I was thinking more like 60. I was 30 million off, but and I've been saying this about Kirk Cousins ties to my Falcons the whole entire time. I've been doing videos dang near every other week during the season when my Falcons were playing, discussing Ritter and his future and all that stuff. But I was saying that I would love Kirk Cousins to join us. I would love him to be a Falcon this offseason. But the only thing holding it up is what he would want. We don't have a lot of cap space. We have around 30 million. The Vikings have around 30 million going into the summer. Prior to cuts, prior to moves, all that good stuff. But I'm just like, man, I really don't want Kirk to take up all of our money for the whole season, for the whole off season. We need to get better in other spots also, and other teams do too. So if Kirk really is like hell bent on getting around that money, you can already exit out some of the teams off his short list that could really want him. And out of the short list, I say it's probably 5 teams: Steelers, Vikings, Falcons, Patriots, and Raiders. And I named them in that order for a reason because the first 3 teams, Steelers, my Falcons, and the Vikings, they're not gonna go after Kirk Cousins if that's the case. My Falcons will go after a cheaper guy like Russ if he is let go. We'll pursue trades for Geno or something like that, or other quarterbacks that could be available. The Vikings will probably go move on, be younger, some way, somehow. Free agency, draft, whatever. JJ McCarthy has been linked to the Vikings. Michael Penix Jr. I'm doing a video on that as well, but it seems like his medical's real clear. Everything I've seen look like his medicals, his red flags that everyone's so hell bent on, always bringing up, which I am too. They're just not saying it in a bad way, but I'm bringing up his red flags as far as injury history goes. Everything's supposed to be clear and ready to go for him to play in the NFL with no red flags behind him. So we'll see if that's the case or not. I read the report somewhere as well. But Penix, McCarthy, they've been labeled to the Vikings. Bo Nix even, so we'll see there. But the Steelers look like they've been hell bent on keeping Pickett and Mason Rudolph to battle it out for quarterback one. I think an upgrade is needed there, but they're not going to do it most likely. So I think Russ, if he is released, lands with my Falcons. But that leaves 2 teams for Kirk Cousins that be willing to pay and has the money to pay the 2 years, $90 million, and they're both kind of they're probably the 2 most desperate teams out that list too because the Patriots need to flip it around fast. A new head coach in Gerard Mayo. You need to have a plan to win now and quick, fast, and in a hurry. And Kirk Cousins will help you do that. I've been seeing people say Jaden Daniels to the Patriots. I don't see that. I really don't. He's a good player. but I just don't see him going to the Patriots. And we've seen Gerard Mayo hint at, I'm going to go the best player possible and all that good stuff. I think that's Marvin Harrison Jr. They've been struggling at receiver for a couple years now, and I think you bringing on a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr., he will solve all your issues. Just get him a quarterback, and I think starting with Kirk Cousins being a 2-year bridge gap quarterback, definitely highly paid, but he's definitely very good as well. Like I said, I want Kirk Cousins for my own team. It's just the money part is kind of getting me kind of tricky there. But as far as just overall play, Kirk is very good, no question about it. Definitely no question that Kirk is actually good, very good, and he's former Pro Bowler, tough as nails, stay in that pocket, take a hit, but give him weapons, give him an O line, give him time. I think Kirk can definitely carve you up. But my thing as well, as far as the money goes, I understand the position is at a premium. It's inflated. The need for great good quarterbacks, but at the same time, Kirk hasn't really accomplished much outside of regular season. So I'm like, man, I would think you want to win, take a little discount, but not to be pocket washing, or nothing like that. But you gotta definitely, it is open to the public. You can look it up and see stuff, and this stuff is reported publicly. So he's made $230 million on the field. I'm like, Kirk can definitely stand to lose. I think my 2 year $60 million is definitely reasonable. But like I said, Kirk's about that bread. He's about that future generational money. I get it. Trust me. If I'm in the same boat, I might be doing the same thing. But as a fan perspective, I would love for him to take a little less to come to my team. But the Patriots, to me, are definitely a hit to land Kirk Cousins if that is his actual, demands and details going into the NFL offseason. The Patriots have a reported cap space right now of $70 million, so they can definitely, spend a bunch of that and find a way to maneuver around the cap to still bring in other good guys and retain some free agents. They have Kyle Duggar and Peppers, and some of those guys are available in free agency, so we'll see what they do there. Then you have on to the Raiders, who right now, prior to any moves, um, they have a reported cap space of about 43, 44 million. And we've seen, they're also desperate for a quarterback. New head coach as well, Antonio Pierce. Brought in Jimmy G last year. Everyone in the world knew it wouldn't work, but it still happened. But Aiden O'Connell, solid player, but he's not the long term future. Even if they don't get Kirk Cousins and he starts one more year, I doubt Aiden O'Connell is the guy for the future. So whether they go draft this year for agency this year and then go to draft the following year or two, I think that's probably the best option to draft in 2025. And I think this year get the team better some more and draft for agency. But I think Kirk Cousins, who your star player Devontae Adams came out and said it himself, he wants to play with. Other than Aaron Rodgers, he wants to play with Kirk Cousins, and that makes sense. Like I said, Kirk is a good player, dang near a great player. Just the resume on him isn't great as far as winning goes and the championships and the NFC North titles and all that stuff. But as far as just being a good player, good at what you do, Kirk is definitely that. So and I will say, listen to Devontae Adams. He's been on my list, my short play, my list of players that are due to be traded this off season. I think everyone's happy that Antonio Pierce got the job, and I'm sure Devontae is too. But Devontae wants to win. He wants to be competitive, and I'm sure he doesn't want a rookie or Aiden O'Connell throwing the ball. They're cool, but his timeline on winning is right now, and the best chance, the realistic chance of having that, is to get a guy like Kirk Cousins. And I've been saying that all season. And Raiders fans fought me on this, and they still fight me on this when I bring it up. But I think Adams wants out or will ask to be out if there's no actual veteran quarterback of any worth being brought in. Now, some people say Russell. I don't think Adams want Russell. Kirk is the guy, in my personal opinion. He said it himself, so I'm not going to disagree with the man. And I think, if it's all said and done and they come out with Jaden Daniels or McCarthy or Nix or Penix or Russell, I think you will see Devontae Adams one out and be traded in the offseason prior to training camp or right at the trade deadline. I think Adams will be gone, in my personal opinion. I've been saying that prior to this year. I've been saying that since last offseason, since his comments about Josh McDaniels and those guys and what they're doing, and Dave Ziegler and those guys, the former GM for the Raiders. So I've been on that. I'm staying on that. I think Kirk Cousins is the only guy probably to put the bed to put I can't even talk to put the bed that rumor in my head that Adams will or that prediction that Adams will want out after the draft if no big name with quarterback is brought in that's worth their salts currently. And like I said, you can bring in some other guys who are cool, but I think Kirk or bust probably for Devontae Adams and his Raiders future. So, those are only two teams right now I deem as really quarterback needy that has the money that can pay on the Tennessee Titans. They're definitely an option, but no, like I said before, Callahan, the new head coach who worked for the Bengals, they did some research on Will Levis and he took that job for a reason. So I don't think Kirk Cousins is a fit there. I think this year is all on Will Levis. Then no, if he no, he's on his Desmond Ritter year. And if he performs and shows out and shows a glimmer of hope, then he might get another year or two. If not, they'll move on in next year's draft, and Callahan picks his own guy in the 2025 draft for the Tennessee Titans. They have a lot of money though, so they will have money to spend, make the team around him good, or at least better. And they can definitely try to shake some things up. But overall, though, yeah, like I said, if Kirk is true to what the report says by Charlie Walters, then Kirk has two spots. That's it. Patriots and Raiders. If he opens up a little bit, bring the price a little bit down, I think we'll be fine. So he can have his list of options, healthy options. But that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.